Hey guys, I'm Clay. I'm sitting with Tom. Morning, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Clay.
So this thing's factory, right?
Almost.
All right. So I know it's a Mini Cooper. It's 1964, and I'm going to let you handle this, man, because the wide body kit, the Harlequin seats, let alone the pickup truck with tonneau cover, very nice. You can tell us about the car.
Well, there are approximately 55,000 Mini pickups made, quarter ton. And I got this from a friend of mine. I traded. Wait, that's right.
You can walk in a little bit if you want. Yeah, there we go.
I traded another Mini for it because he needed a back seat, and I always wanted a pickup. So
well, that's a match made. That's an odd match.
I got some of the customizing ideas from a British firm called Wood & Pickett, and they did a lot of the de-seaming. There's usually a rail that goes down here and across the bill,
like a drip rail.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the flares are from GT5 SCCA racers. When the Minis raced in GT5, they had these wide flares. So
okay, so those are Mini flares.
They're made for Minis, but they're not stock to Mini.
All right.
Nor are the 13-inch rims. Normally they're 10-inch for a Mini. So that's about it.
Well, and as if it didn't look the part, tell us about the engine, because I remember when you and I talked about it, I mean, all the work that you've done to it, transmission.
Yeah, this is typical Mini is like 1275 cc's. This is 1380. It's pretty much full race. It's got a very radical cam, very light flywheel, straight cut gears, a locked limited slip differential, and twin split Weber carburetors.
Wow.
So it's pretty radical. And,
pretty radical?
I put this together in about...
Very radical? Extremely?
Put this together in about 1995.
Wow.
So it's 20 years done. And
20 years driven.
20 years, well, except for a guy that I T-boned somewhere about.
Can this thing survive?
It survived.
Wow.
It's hard to push the engine through the firewall.
I guess so. Glad you found that out. You're a better man than I am.
So yeah, that's been its story, and we reconstructed it from there. Fortunately, it wasn't too badly damaged.
Yeah.
And,
well, it is gorgeous. I love it, man. And thanks a ton for bringing it out.
all right, Clay.
Nice talking to you, Tom. Sitting here with Jeremy. We want to talk about his car. Jeremy, what's going on?
How you doing?
Good,
good, thank you.
So we know it's an Infiniti G35 coupe.
Yeah.
But tell us more about the vinyl job.
The vinyl wrap is done by Pro Graphics of Columbus. It's sponsored by Z-Speed Motorsports, and it's what we're doing is we're trying to make a public outreach for PTSD, trying to create PTSD awareness through education and through personal outreach.
Very cool. No, I love it, man. Great job. Who did the vinyl work?
Pro Graphics of Columbus.
Pro Graphics.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, very cool.
Thank you.
And it's no slouch underneath the vinyl either.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It wears the number 22 specifically, so that stands for the 22 veterans that are committed suicide each day. So that's where I went to.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it.
Cool.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Guys, Clay again. I'm here with Chris.
How you doing?
Chris, good morning. How you doing?
Doing great. Hey, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out.
First time here. It's really cool.
Well, it's
such
a
diversity, you know.
It's a beautiful day and
Yeah.
beautiful cars and great people. So
It was, wasn't really sure what to expect, but it's great. Everybody's been super nice, and it's just been awesome to see so many unique cars.
thanks for coming out,
Yeah,
man.
my pleasure.
Good old school face to face, President home stuff. But it's Columbus Cars and Coffee. So
We're sporting the sponsor apparently, the logo.
no, just cars and coffee. So what are you doing bringing this truck? I mean, this thing is. I'm just playing with you, man. This thing's
That's
great.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is this a 1970?
It's a 68.
68 C10.
68 C10.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's it really is a byproduct of really a family story. We drag raced for years, bracket raced in Old Nova. Put it back on the street. It was just a little too loud and stinky for my wife. And then as my son was born, I started to get interested in vets. And we've had a couple of late model vets, and the last car before this was an 02 Z06. And unfortunately, it was sad. So there was either the need for a babysitter, or he and I were going someplace by myself, or I was getting a guy's day only, and
Right.
really started to think through some sort of an option that would allow the family to enjoy it together. And throughout all that journey with the vets, my dad, he's got a 32 Ford Street Rod,
Oh, wow.
the whole 9 yards, and him and his buddies do the Good Guys scene and a lot of
Right.
events. And I wanted to find something that the family could enjoy together. We could do some more things, participate in events with him, and really didn't want another muscle car. And just started to poke around and really started to fall in love with these older trucks.
Yeah.
Looked at a few and landed on falling in love with the 67 to 72 body style.
Yep.
And looked at a handful of them, found this thing. It was done. It was drivable. All the heavy lifting was done. So I bought it about a year, almost exactly a year ago. And really spent the last year personalizing it, getting the right height, what I wanted, tires. Some details under the hood, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But, all the heavy lifting was done, so it's great.
Nice.
Pretty mellow, mild driver, family can fit in it with a split bench.
Yep.
And we just get in it and go. It was pretty fortunate. Last year, drove into Good Guys with my dad and all of his buddies. Collecting the plug guts off the hood, the editor to Classic Trucks Magazine.
Yeah, I saw the article.
Yeah, he rolled in and he did a photo shoot, got a Classic Trucks Finest 5 award at Good Guys, and then was just in the June issue of Classic Trucks. Four-page feature, and the cover.
Wow.
So make no pretenses that it's a super nice truck or anything. It's just an ultra easy driver, and the guys at Classic Trucks just fell in love with the story and the fact that it's not overdone, and it's just get in and go. And it's really unique color.
Yeah.
It's a 77, 76 Porsche VW color.
Oh, no kidding.
It's not like a Baccarat or some sort of a red like that. Apparently, it was a 1 year only option.
It's probably based on a red wine.
Yeah,
or
I'm sure that. Yes.
ox guts or something like
Exactly.
that if it's Porsche.
Yeah.
No, it's a gorgeous, and really this thing is a muscle truck.
Yes.
And the car guys will know, as you would agree, 68 to 72 rear suspension is the basis for NASCAR.
That's right. It's got the trailing arm suspension, the pan hard bar, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, so great truck. So the engine, small block Chevy.
Yes, it's a mild 350. Got an Edelbrock Performer top end, probably in the 325 horsepower range. You
Nice.
know, it's it makes some noise with the Flowmaster exhaust on it.
Yeah.
And it just sits neat. I dropped another hitch actually last weekend.
As well you should.
That's right.
Yes.
You know, so try not to go over the top and still have a hook clear assessor.
Yeah.
So it's got a 4.6 drop on it right now, 17-inch billet specialties. And
Can you do a 6-inch drop in the rear with just springs?
I've got 5-inch springs and 1-inch
Blocks.
blocks. And any lower, and I got to notch the frame.
Right, I hear you. That's why bump stops are there.
Yeah, and bump stops with a hacksaw.
Okay, there you go. Behind this thing, automatic?
Yes, turbo
350.
350.
Very
Yep.
good.
And 342 gears, got a 12 bolt.
Oh, so that gets up and goes.
Yeah, it goes all right. And I can still buzz down the freeway at 70 miles an hour and keep up with traffic and not have to worry about burning the transmission up or overheating anybody.
And no airbag. Kid can sit in the front seat with you.
Yes.
Who can do that? You can't do that these days.
And that's what's great. He gets in it and goes and buckles up. Of course, got to have the iPad charged up and ready
Right,
to go.
yeah.
So, you know, whatever the latest.
So we're selling everybody on trucks. Get a truck, people. That's
right.
the message. Cool.
Yes.
Well, Chris, I appreciate it, man. Thanks
My
for coming
pleasure. Yep.
out. Rev it up. Guys, Clay again. I'm here with Jim.
Jim Ryback.
Jim, pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming out. So, 928s. First off, you guys got a lot of them. You got your whole flag up here. I don't know if you're owning the parking lot, but love the 928. water-cooled V8 engine in the front, rear transaxle. Tell us more about this thing, because it is, it's awesome the way this thing's done.
928 was designed from the doors forward is all aluminum. Doors, hood, fenders, all aluminum to lighten up the front. They shove a transaxle in the back with some weight in the back, so it's almost 50-50 weight distribution. This one is a 5-speed. There's not many.
Not a lot of those.
And it started out life as an automatic.
All right, good.
So it
Get that out of there.
It's been converted to a 5-speed.
What year is this?
1985.
85. Very good.
It's got adjustable sway bars front and rear, adjustable shocks. Got a short shifter. It's got a fuzzy rear.
Oh wow. And you got forge line wheels, some serious speeds. Definitely, you can tell this thing's tracked.
315s on the back, 275s on the front.
It's a little bit of rubber.
And it needs every bit of that with the run of horsepower.
Yeah, so horsepower. Let us talk about the horsepower. So is this the 5-liter or which V8
It's
is
a
it?
5-liter.
5-liter.
Quad cam.
Wow.
And it has the twin screw supercharger.
Is that a Magnuson blower? Roots? It's a supercharger.
Yeah, it's a supercharger.
What's the horsepower?
It bumped it to like 539 at the crank, 460 I think in the wheels, and like 422 foot-pounds of torque.
Wow. Now, did you put this together? Or?
A friend of mine built it.
Very good.
I have another one of these. The opportunity came to buy this. He and I are the only ones that track them.
Okay.
So we do these competitive driving schools and we teach instructors. And he and I are the only two 928s that ever show up, and he bought other cars, so I bought his.
There you go.
So now I have both of them.
And they're still running. What's the weight, too? With
It's about 3,200 pounds.
3,200. I mean, that's light bike. No offense to the Mustang Challenger Camaro guys, because like 4,200 pounds now. That's impressive. 3,200. Well, anyway, you can tell
It's hard to keep the wheels on the ground.
it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, man.
Nice talking to you.
Thanks.
Should I start it for you?
Yes, of course you should.
Oh, hell, just light the tires up.
There's me and a light pole right
I said the car that I when I go to do my custom right now I have and when I go to get my
Guys, Clay again. I'm here with James. James, good morning.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Now, well, we've met before, but want to talk about your car. Caterham Super 7?
Yes.
Very good. Tell us about it.
It's a super light R version. So it has the carbon pack on it, which is the front arches, the rear arches, the dash, and the nose cone, which saves quite a lot of weight.
Yeah, because this thing's a heavy pig.
It weighs about 1,200 pounds. So power to weight, you don't need that much power because it doesn't weigh very much.
Yeah.
It has the 2-liter Zetec SVT motor, cam change, light flywheel.
So that's a good call. So the 2-liter SVT is that was 140 horsepower.
Yeah, I think so.
And so now you cammed it, exhaust obviously with the single out the side. What's it now?
So when I bought the car last year, the guy had it on a rolling road at about 200 horsepower.
Wow.
So it's I've had quicker ones, but it's quick enough.
Yeah.
It's got a 6-speed Caterham gearbox in it, 8-pack, and it doesn't weigh much, so you don't need much power.
No, it's awesome. I love it, and love the fact there's no windscreen, yet you still have the little knurled things for wipers, so it's still illegal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, technically, it doesn't have a front plate, but I carry that with me. But it's unusual on Ohio roads.
You think that'd be better if the cop pulls you over. You have no front plate. No, here it is, officer. Right there. So, anyway.
Yeah, I have it in my other hand.
That's right. Well, very good, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks. Guys, Clay again. I'm here with Matt. Matt, good to see you.
Great to see you again.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Now, we met a couple of years ago. Appreciate you coming out.
No problem.
And I like Matt because he restores and resto mods.
Yep.
Fiat X19s. I mean, this
among other things.
Among other things.
We also did the beautiful Spider over there as well.
Yeah,
but,
very good.
pretty much anything and everything you can do with old classic Fiats, we do.
Yeah. Now, what year is this one specifically?
As the plate says, it's a 1976
X19.
But
I'm terrible at reading.
It has been updated.
Yeah.
It has alternate bumpers. It has a larger motor that was fitted with the later version cars, and has been fully restored, top to bottom. It's basically 1,000-mile since new restoration.
Well, and let's be honest, it's probably a little bit better now, this 1,000 miles, than it was even from the factory.
Absolutely. I mean, we figured out the tricks for brake upgrades and brake mods. We race these cars, so I know the steering and suspension very, very well on them. We can get them dialed in real nice. And yeah, these are fantastic cars. Very underappreciated. We love them, and we restore them for people all over the country.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. No, that's not Honda, but you do Honda swaps. I remember coming by, you had a 2-liter in the back.
Yep, we do. We specialize in doing Honda K-Series driveline swaps into these cars. So it takes the original 75 horsepower platform and turns it into a 240 horsepower platform. It's really an amazing transformation. Still retains its balance, and the cars are literally get turned into a supercar for half the price of a supercar.
There's an Acura RSX engine right there, folks. So there you go. Very nice. And I love, one of the other things I love about this, great body, you know, styling by Bertone. Bertone? Boy, just lopping off that middle bumper. And also not the big federally mandated 5-mile-per-hour rubber garbage.
Yep.
So these things just really clean up the lines too.
Yeah, we manufacture those in-house right here in Columbus. We sell them to people all over the country and all over the world, quite frankly, who are saddled with the big, 5-mile-an-hour bumpers. These were the earliest one-year-only option before federal crash safety mandates came into place.
That's great. Now, also, quick plug, you were telling me that you're looking for somebody to help out at the shop.
As a matter of fact, we have a waiting list of people looking for the Honda driveline conversions, and we are looking for someone who has strong fabrication and welding skills, as well as an understanding of Honda K-Series electronics and wiring. So if you're a Honda tuner who wants to work with something that looks way better than a Honda Civic, but still do the same thing and handle way better, give us a shout.
They're hiring people. Matt, I love it.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming out.
You're welcome.
I'm taking a light.
Yeah, please.
Oh, you got the carbon fiber roof too.
Guys, Clay again. I'm here with Joel. Joel, good morning. I've been well. It's a beautiful day. So Joel, you used to be with this Porsche group over here, but then you got Wise, and you went back to GM. I'm just kidding. But Cadillac Alante. I love this thing, and your car is really great. I remember meeting you last year. Tell us about the car.
Thank you. It's a 91 Cadillac Alante. They only made a little over 21,000 total from 87 to 93. Okay. This has a 4.5 V8 liter engine. A few years before they came out with the North Star. The North Star engine really had a lot of problems.
Yeah, the early ones had.
So that's why I went with a later
head studs and head gasket.
Absolutely. So I went with just a standard V8 Caddy engine that they've had for years, so it's really reliable.
Yeah.
The body's made by Pininfarina in Italy.
Yep.
Okay. GM took the frames, sent them in specially fit 727s to Italy. 9,300 miles or whatever, and they attached the bodies and they did the interior. It's got Recaro seats, it's all leather. I mean, it's Italian, you know. And sent it all back, and then GM puts a drivetrain in. It's got German Bosch 2 ABS brake system. The lights are from Spain. The taillights are from Austria. The interior's Italian. Like I said, all this kind of stuff. It's got
that
GM
wasn't
drivetrain.
Expensive at all to make.
It's a UN car. I wear a blue helmet when I drive it.
There you go. I like that. No, really good. So we'll take a look at all the details, but it's really cherry too. How many miles are on this thing?
112,000.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really pretty sturdy. It's got aluminum top. It actually has aluminum roof that I also have. Okay. Because you can run it hard top, coupe, rag top, or convertible. So that's aluminum, the hood's aluminum, and the roof's aluminum, and the trunk's aluminum, just like the 928 kind of thing. So all the side panels are steel. It's really pretty thick sheet metal, and it's got a lot of little light door dings that chipped the paint, but didn't ding the car.
Wow.
So I mean, they did it right.
Yeah. No, it's a great. And styling's awesome. This thing's gonna last forever. So love the car, man. Appreciate you coming out.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
You got it, man.
Well, they said at the meeting.
Do it up. Guys, Clay again. Here with Doug.
Doug. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. So, fortunately, I'm sitting on a welded brace that's saving my butt from getting burned on these side headers, but tell me about this car, man. This thing's awesome.
Thank you. This is actually a car built by a local guy named Bill Dye. His name is on the side. He passed away about four or 5 years ago, and his family sold some of his cars. This is one of the cars he built as a vintage circle truck.
No, very cool. So this is a 31?
It's a 1931 Ford body,
yep.
With obviously a custom chassis and all modern engine, but it's titled as a 31.
Right, I noticed the classic plates in the back. Ohio did something right.
Yes.
When they said you could title, you know, a car with the old plates. So, love this thing though. I've never seen a steering column, or the steering column actually goes up.
Yes.
So that's telling you something about it.
Yeah.
Torsion shocks in the front. I'll get some shots of that too. But this thing's great. Tell me about the engine.
It's a Stroke 350. It's a 383 with Brodix heads. It screams. I know that. I've only had the car since September.
Well, it screams because you got this thing right next to your ear.
It's fast.
And you have no insulation.
Correct. But it's nice. It's got a Saginaw 4-speed in it, and runs great actually. Surprisingly, starts up. It does have power steering. One thing about
no kidding.
Bill Dye is he always built his hot rods to drive, so it's actually a very easy car to drive. And I'm just planning on keeping it the way it is and not changing much on it actually.
Yeah. Old glide, turn indicator.
Yes, an old trucker's turn signal.
Yeah, that's great.
Ford 9-inch rear end, coilovers in the back.
What's the rear gear?
No idea.
That's
the only bad part about Bill is I only met him through friends, and I never really talked about his car. So the details of the car I don't really know yet. But I'm sure as I have the car longer and longer, I'll learn more about the gearing and stuff like that.
Yeah. So. Well, Bill did it right. This is a great car.
Yeah, it's an awesome car. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it out.
Absolutely.
Nice meeting you, Doug.
You too, Clay. Thank you.